But I wanted to point out that the first thing we have to do is get rid of the ideal that we're going to pursue happiness, because happiness is inside. If you make happiness a goal, if you pursue happiness, it will always elude you because it's not outside of you. Happiness is within. So happiness also is an inside job. So those are two of my favorite quotes. If you pursue or if you make happiness a goal, it will always elude you. And happiness is an inside job. It is an inside job, guys. You know, happiness comes within. So this ideal of pursuing happiness or attaching it to another person or attaching it to an object, something that you acquire, we have to get rid of that. We have to get rid of that notion, because research continuously shows that happiness has very little to do with possessions, has very little to do with, plugging into someone else, and everything to do with just you finding and connecting to that happiness within yourself. So once again, two of the very important things I want you guys to remember this week is that if you make happiness a goal, it will always elude you, and happiness is an inside job. I want to also invite you guys, we're having a live happiness chat event on Thursday evening. If you go to the In Full Bloom with Dr. Rose Facebook page and you want to join that page, we'll accept you right in. We're going to have a chat on Thursday, and we're going to just talk about all things happy, and you guys can ask questions, and we'll respond. I'll respond to those questions. Hi from France. Wow, all the way from France. So we have Russia and France. I saw some other countries there. Good morning, guys. So join the In Full Bloom with Dr. Rose live Facebook chat on Thursday. We're going to talk about everything from family as it relates to happiness all the way to sex, as it relates to happiness. Because as I said earlier this week in a broadcast, there's lots of research as it pertains to sex, our sex lives and how it relates to happiness. So let's look at some strategies now for plugging into your happiness. The first is move in the direction of joy. If you guys have followed me or you listen to some of my broadcasts, you can go to my podcast or iTunes to listen to some of the prior broadcasts. I've done a Transformation Tuesday on that. When you move in the direction of joy, regardless of what's happening in your life, you inevitably plug into the frequency that's going to bring more happiness into your life. So just learn to move in that direction. So what that means, if someone upsets you, whoever it could be, a coworker, a boss, your significant other, instead of wallowing in just the feelings of how you feel about just that disappointment or being upset, find something and immediately shift your energy and do something you enjoy. I see those hearts. So because I know you guys, those of you who've tried this, it works. It immediately shifts your energy. So if you find something you can plug into, again, be it music is a great tool, or going for a walk or doing something that just gives you joy, whatever that is. That's a way to pull you out of a frequency of just unhappiness and bad feelings. Another is live in the moment. Stop being so past focused. We talked about how when you are so focused in the past, what happened to you in the past, or the past was much better than the future's going to be, you create depression. But when you plug into the moment, be in the present moment, that's where true connection comes. Also, if you're so future focused, it creates anxiety. I see someone just put that. So Lanita, you came right when those words was coming out of my mouth. If you are too future focused, you're going to create anxiety. What's going to happen tomorrow? What if I'm not able to make my mortgage? What if this job ends? Am I going to be able to afford college for my children? These are all things that will rob you of your happiness of the moment. So the key thing to do is to stay in the moment, in the here and now. There's a great book called The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. I would recommend all of you guys to get it. I would recommend getting actually the audio version of it, because the book can be a difficult read to read all the way through, but people continuously share how the audio book is great. Laughter is great. Laughter is a great way to just keep keep you happy, because the chemicals that's released with laughter, the chemicals that your body, your brain releases are naturally natural feel-good chemicals that really put you in a state of well-being. So watch a comedy, go to a comedy show, listen to funny comedy shows on TV. Those of you who may have satellite radio, there are comedy stations you can listen to. A lot of the morning radio programs will even have a lot of humor. And there's a reason, there's a science behind that, because humor and laughter has been shown to instantaneously put you in a frequency of well-being and happiness. Tell a joke. Last night I had in the Full Bloom page, we asked people to share jokes with us, because jokes are a great way to just really shift that energy, and laughter is cool. Watch comedies as opposed to, you, especially the line of work you do. Let me just say this. Day in and day out, being a clinical psychologist, I work with individuals who are struggling in different areas of their lives, and that can be quite heavy. So oftentimes, and most times, if I'm watching something or plugging into something or having conversation with someone outside of my workplace, I want it to be something lighthearted. I want it to be something funny, something engaging. So just remember that laughter and plugging into funny things, a great way to just really plug into your happiness. So yesterday I shared a video on the In Full Bloom page, and it was on gratitude. If you haven't watched it, I encourage you to watch that video, because this video is awesome, and it talks about ways to plug into your happy. It's actually from the Happiness Institute, I believe, is the name of the company, or I should say the group that posts these great videos. And it looked at the science of gratitude, and it found that those individuals who are able to show gratitude and give gratitude are significantly more happy than others. So they had an experiment where they brought people in and they asked them to write the names of, or think of someone who has been most influential in their life, and to write a paragraph. And someone's asking, what's the name of the video? If you go to my In Full Bloom with Dr. Rose page, there's a link there. It's called The Science of Gratitude, but I have the link there. But he had the people write a paragraph about who was most influential, and they had studies to measure how happy these individuals were when they came in. And what they found is that after these people wrote this paragraph about who was the most influential person in their lives and read this paragraph, their happiness went up 2 to 4%. Now you may say, okay, that's not a whole lot, but that's still, they were happier than they were when they came in there just by writing the simple, quick paragraph of who was most influential to them. Then they went a step further. They asked the individuals to call whoever they wrote about and read the paragraph to them. Now this is where you saw the significant increase and jump in happiness, as much as 19% happier than they ended up being as they were when they first came into the room. And that's huge, 19% happier. And what was even more astonishing is that the person who had the biggest jump of happiness was the person who came into the room the least happy starting out with. So what this says is that if you're having a horrible day, if you're not feeling happy, if you're feeling sad and down and out, the one way, guaranteed and quick way that you can transform those feelings and plug into happiness is to express gratitude. So gratitude, I always say, takes you to new altitudes, and this is proof. They have research to show this. And also, deliberate acts of kindness is a way to really shift you. I found days where I may not be feeling 100%, or, I may be feeling bad about something. When I engage in conscious acts of kindness, deliberate conscious acts of kindness, and I can see that it's impacted the person, giving a person a compliment or paying for a person's coffee behind you, whatever that may be. So again, there was a study that had people engage in this, not just one. And this is a challenge I want to give to you guys today. I want you to go out there and engage in some deliberate acts of kindness with individuals, more than one if you can, because the ideal is to really just flood yourself with these kind acts, and then just see the outcome that it has for you as far as your happiness is. So, purchase someone's food, give someone a compliment, give beyond the 10 to 20% tip that you ordinarily do. I can remember going on vacation with a friend, and we parked our car valet, and she gave the valet driver a $50 tip. And the expression on this guy's face, and just the sense of joy that you saw that came over him, and it made me happy to see that. So acts of kindness can really definitely give you that. Compliments, like I said, tell someone in your life who could use some encouragement. Call them up and give them some encouragement. Tell them you're thinking about them. Tell them that they may be in your thoughts and prayers, whatever that may be. Because again, research has shown that when you do engage in this type of deliberate gratitude or acts of kindness, it exponentially will increase your happiness. And they've been able to measure that percentage-wise. So give it a try. And lastly, one of the key things, if we want to go back and again, I can't stress this enough, you don't want to have a pursuit of happiness, because happiness is not something you pursue. Happiness is an inside job. And what I want you guys to recognize with this is that you have to let go of outcome. So in just life in general, we have no control, very little control over the external things that happen to us, but we have all 100% control of the internal things that's going on within us. So internally, again, happiness is an inside job. Internally, you just plug into the things that you know are going to make you feel better, and let go of the past focused thinking, the future focused thinking, and let go of outcome and live in the moment, and just watch all this happiness just flood into your life. But the challenge again is to act in some deliberate acts of kindness today. Share what you've done on the In Full Bloom in Facebook page, and you'll be eligible to win some of these great prizes that we're giving away. But we want to hear if you can add video of some deliberate act of kindness that you do, that's even better. But this is what I encourage you guys to do today. Join the In Full Bloom with Dr. Rose Facebook group, or the Dr. Rose in Bloom fan page. You can also go to my website and click on all my contact information, drrosemoulton.com. And lastly, don't forget to be part of the live chat. Tap into your happiness, find your happiness live chat on Thursday evening. So it's been great, guys, talking to you. We worked out, even with the technical difficulty today. My arm's a little sore from holding my phone up, but looking forward to seeing you guys Thursday in the private event group. You guys get out there and have a great Tuesday, and remember to live your life in full bloom.